Hello, good afternoon in some places, good morning in others. Today we're going to go back over some of the stuff I showed about the missing people with the active alerts is going to be today. I just want to check, make sure my sound's working. Is my sound on? And then we'll get started here in a few minutes. I did some research on some of the cases, just want to give some updates on them. So the first part is here. I'm going to share my screen. All right. So back to the Bureau of Investigations of Tennessee's website. I started with Makaya Goodner's resolved case. We'll go in here and show her picture again. She has been found safe. I did find the link from the TBI in the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. The updated good news has been found and located safe. Thank you all for helping us get the word out. That was on April 30th, 2022. The next missing person case here is that I wanted to take a look at into is Kennedy Hoyle. This one's a sad case here. It was only 2 days old. Went missing in Memphis, Tennessee on February 1st of 2022. I did do some research, and I'm just going to play this clip here.
Also today in court, 25-year-old Brandon Isabel pleaded not guilty to shooting the mother of Kennedy Hoyle, Danielle Hoyle, and throwing the newborn in the river. Kennedy is a newborn the TBI put out an Amber Alert for last week.
That's my grandbaby. I only had my baby 10 minutes, and I haven't seen her since. Why would somebody want to hurt a baby? She precious. She didn't do anything to you.
A heartbreaking story for the entire Mid-South. As Isabel faces his day in court, crews continue to search for Kennedy's body today on the Mississippi River. So far, authorities haven't found any remains.
So there was that one. I just want to check one thing here
also
real
today
quick.
In court, 25-year-old Brandon.
So that one's kind of upsetting a little bit. They have caught somebody. He pled not guilty to the charges that are coming his way. We'll move on to the next one, but that is good to know that they are actively working on that case. Carter Mitchell Neal here in Tipton County went missing on June 4th, 2021. Haley Whitehorn is said to be the mother. It looks like they're looking for a couple vehicles. An endangered child alert was issued on behalf of the Tipton County Sheriff's Office for Carter Neal. Carter has blue hair and was last seen wearing black shirt, black sweatpants, and black and red sandals. Carter may be with his non-custodial mother, Haley Whitehorn. Haley Whitehorn may be traveling in a 2004 white Cadillac Escalade or a cream Chevrolet Lumina with Tennessee tag 6N62J7. Haley is wanted by the Tipton County Sheriff's Office for child abuse and neglect. If you have seen Carter Neal or Haley Whitehorn or the vehicles, please contact the Tipton County Sheriff's Office at 901-475-4300. This one that has the detective's information down there, which is Tania Bruno, is an active investigation. I did find there was 3 that were missing children endangered in this specific thing, but Laney Anderson was found. In Tennessee, when was this posted? This was from updated December 1st, 2021. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation announced 16-year-old Laney Anderson, who was reported missing out of Tipton County, has been found safe. An endangered child alert for 13-year-old Carter Mitchell Neal remains active, the agency said. According to TBI, Neal is believed to be with his mother, 39-year-old Haley Whitehorn. If you have any information on the case, contact 1-800-TBI-FIND. I also found this on Twitter. I hadn't seen anything else, so I did contact the detective. Very nice and is willing to help in the case. There is active agencies that are on this case. I cannot say any more than that, but beware, keep your eyes open if you're out there listening to this. They are out and about in places, and if you see something, you need to say something. There is more backstory to this that I'll cover later after investigation is wrapped up in it. The next one is Eva Alejandra Lopez. So I did some digging on this one. She went missing in September 22nd of 2015 in East Tennessee. Clothing and direction of travel is unknown. Eva is possibly in company of 25-year-old Alvaro Gamez Martinez, is wanted for 6 counts of aggravated statutory R word. I dug into this one. I did not want to get involved with the detective in this one, so I did not call him yet. I searched the internet to try to find some info. The last info that I found is that this Alvaro Gamez Martinez is a was frequently in Mexico several times in 2015. So my guess is that they need to look to the south of the border. You also need to, I don't know if new stuff comes out, I may end up calling this detective, but I'm sure that when there's an active detective on these posters, that means that they're still working the case and there's still agencies involved. So I kind of want to stay away from this one for right now. But it is very interesting. Chloie Leverett here went missing in 2012. By what I gathered on this one is there was a house fire. That was the picture of them that I put up. There was a house fire and there was no remains found in the house. So of these two, so it is believed upon by the grandmother that they're still out there someplace. I'm just going to read this article here. Thursday was from September 23rd, 2021. Thursday marks a very grim milestone for the Middle Tennessee family, as it will be 9 years since 2 children disappeared after a house fire. On September 23rd, 2012, Bubba and Molly McLaren had just gone to bed when their home caught fire and quickly burned. Their remains were later found, but crews never recovered the bodies of their grandchildren, Chloie and Gage Daniel, believed to be inside at the time of the fire. 9 years later, grandmother Cheryl Daniels is still holding out hope that they're out there somewhere. We want you home and know that we will never stop looking for you, Daniels says. Mommy will always look for you as long as she can, and if she can't, somebody else will, honey. Do not give up. Do not give up. To this day, an Amber Alert by the TVI is still active, and the family is always hopeful someone will see their faces and lead to their rescue. Any information, 1-800-TBI-FIND. I found it really interesting that they did this is very helpful to this because it kind of gives, like, as they grow, their different what they would look like now since it's been a while. I'm just going to play this here real quick.
Family. It's going to be 9 years since 2 children disappeared after a house fire on September 2012.
We're going to start this over.
Tomorrow marks a very grim milestone for one Middle Tennessee family. It's going to be 9 years since 2 children disappeared after a house fire on September 2012. Bubba and Molly McLaren had just gone to bed when their home caught fire and it quickly burned. Their remains were later found, but crews never recovered the bodies of their grandchildren, Chloe and Gage. Now, they were believed to be inside of the home at the time of the fire. 9 years later, Cheryl Daniels is still holding out hope that they are out there somewhere.
We want you home. Know that we will never, ever stop looking for you. Mommy will always look for you as long as she can. Unless she can't, somebody else will, honey. Do not give up. Do not give up.
To this day, an Amber Alert from the FBI is still active, and the family is, of course, always hopeful someone will recognize their faces and it will lead to their rescue. You'd be among the first to know about stories just like this one by signing up for Fox 17's daily newsletter. To get our messages, go to fox17.com and look on the right side of our homepage to go ahead and sign up.
That one is a sad, this one's a sad case because you're just looking for some kids that have grown up a little bit. If they're out there someplace, it's going to be hard to identify them because these photos will help, but they're not going to be 100% accurate on exactly how they've grown up. Here's the first one here. Here's the second one, and then one of them together. I mean, without their remains being found in the house, they have to be out there someplace. This is a sad, sad story. I will be following this one a little bit to as they see updates and stuff and see if I can dig into it a little bit more. The next case here is one that really caught my eye. Zaylee Grace Frere went missing May 10th, 2011. And then Shawna Frere here went missing at the same time, 28 years old. So I did some looking into this one. I stumbled upon this news article here. This is from posted July 18, 2021, but then it says updated July 17, 2021. So the Millersville police shared never revealed before photos information in the baby Zaylee case. So Millersville cold case detective is putting never before released information out to the public, sharing it at first with the news too, in hopes someone will speak up about a decade-old case solving Shawna Frere, a 3-year-old Zaylee Grace Frere, known as Baby Zaylee. Kia Towers remembered when Frere's body was brought to the Davidson County Medical Examiners after she and baby Zaylee had been reported missing. Ironically, when I first came in contact with Shawna Frere was when I was working as a forensic tech at the morgue in Nashville. I actually checked her body in, Detective Towers says. Towers now is a detective at the Millersville Police Department working to solve the cold case. When a 3-month-old goes missing, it raises red flags for everybody. It's the worst news you could possibly get, Towers said. Police believe Shawna and Zaylee went missing from their Millersville home on May 1st, 2011. Her husband, Michael Frere, reported them missing 2 to 3 days later, according to police. Then May 7th, Frere's body was found in the Cumberland River near the Cowan Street Bridge in Nashville. It took investigators until May 10th to know for sure it was Zaylee's mother. A body that's been in the water for the amount of time during the time of the year that Shawna was in the water is unidentifiable at the time when they recovered her, Towers said. Very hard to tell any type of trauma, what's happened before or after, what is animal activity and what is non-animal activity. I found this is interesting pieces of evidence here. Miller's police shared never before seen photos with News 2 of the clothing Frere was found in. Photos too graphic to show her body swollen and partially eaten away by water life. They believe she was dead before her body was ever in the river. Definitely injuries that she shouldn't have had from just being in the water. Miller's police detective Chuck Consilio said it appeared to be a through and through wound of some sort, the entrance wound from the front and also the exit wound from the back. Detectives now revealed they believe her husband, Michael, who was not the father of Zaylee, was their main suspect. I know Michael was a violent offender. He had a drug problem. He had a history of child abuse towards his own children, which tells me he would have no qualms being physically violent towards another person's child, Towers said. But he was known to be a violent man with an extensive criminal history, drug history, and things of that nature. Police and the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation interviewed Michael after she was found. However, he has since passed away. He would never actually come out and say that he did it. There were a lot of red flags during the interview, Towers said, a lot of deceptive behavior. He provided 3 or 4 written statements, each of which were different. So the story changed and evolved along the way drastically. Police said Frere had multiple children with at least 3 men. Zaylee's biological father, Thurman McMurray, was in jail at the time of her disappearance and was ruled out as a suspect. I mean, I would love to know if she's still living or if she's not, McMurray said. I mean, I would love to know something because that is my daughter. I do want to know where she is because I do love her. Detectives believe chances are slim when it comes to finding baby Zaylee, who would now be 10 years old. Zaylee being only 3 months old at the time of the disappearance. If she went into the water with her mother at the same time, then it would be almost impossible to identify her because of the development of an infant's bones are different from ours. Our arm bone does not look like an infant's arm bone, especially at that age. It could be mistaken for a rock or a twig. It could just never be found. However, they refuse to give up on any chances she's still out there. She was an infant. She could very well possibly be passed off as someone's biological child. Towers said, if she is still out there, I think she deserves to be known where she came from. I think she deserves to know her mom's story, her dad's story, and who is still alive. I think she deserves that much. After all these years, police are now putting all the information on the table with News 2, hoping someone will be bold enough to speak up. At this time, I don't believe she's alive. I don't believe she's alive. We don't have anything. We're kind of at our wits' end with leads. We haven't had a good, strong lead in a long time, the detective said. I think somebody knows something, and I think that one person maybe just that one little lead, could help us out tremendously. And they just don't realize that. If baby Zaylee is still out there, detectives have preserved part of Shawna's liver so they could get the DNA hit with a simple cheek swab. Detectives performed a DNA test on a child in Texas who looked like Zaylee, but the hit did not match. They also ruled out a child in Florida who turned out not to be Zaylee. Anyone with information is asked to reach out to Millersville Police at 615-859-2754. They said they will not charge anyone with withholding information up to this point. Simply want to know what happened in this case. This one is very interesting. They did there's a whole video here, and I'm not going to play it, but I can put this link. It pops up. It's on Unsolved Mysteries. Did a little clip on this. I would love to find the interrogation video. I have not yet searched to find it when they were questioning the man that they were living with that had passed away. It would be interesting to see his written statements and everything at once. And I have not watched the 5-minute video or the video on Unsolved Mysteries there. So I will be checking that out. I just wanted to do this one quickly on the active alerts. I do want to dig into this Eva Alejandra Lopez, because the guy that was supposedly seen with is a bad person. So I definitely want to see what we can do with that one. My next live will be talking about these kids that are missing. I have not done research on these ones yet. That is my next thing that I will be doing, and either later today or tomorrow I will be doing a live on these. Yeah, what a sad little thing. The one thing that is shocking, which I don't know much about this, the active alerts. I'm glad that the one, I just clicked on it here. I'm glad that the one here that they show resolved. I just wish that with the resources and stuff that they have, I wish that instead of just putting an extra put case solved, it would be nice if they put, even back here on this, like in this information here, if they put was found safe or was not, it would be nice for people to know without going and having to take a look. I was sent some information yesterday after my live that doesn't have to do with the TV, this Tennessee.gov with the TVI website, but there's another website that has missing kids in Northeast Tennessee, and I will be digging in on those, but it will be down the road a little bit because I want to make sure that I actually have the correct info before I put those ones out. That's all I have for you guys today. Any questions? We'll go over a few things here. Thank you, chat, for being respectful, and thank you all for being here.